Hello friends, today we will start with the first unit of the IT, that is web designing. Before starting with web designing, I just want to discuss some important topics of 11th standard and which are related to this unit. In the 11th standard, we have studied what is website, what are web pages and how we can design it. Website is a collection of web pages. The first page of the website is called home page, and we can design or we can create website by using HTML. We have created so many web pages by using HTML. So in this unit we will study about designing of website. In the previous year, you have studied how to create web pages. But in this unit, we will study how to provide design to the web pages. So the name of the unit is web designing. In today's era, it is very important that the website must look effective. So it is very important to design the website in such a way that it must look effective and attractive. So different tools of HTML or CSS are available to design the website. So let's start with the first topic of web designing: forms. Form is a information gathering tool. We have studied also in the 11th about forms, that why we use forms and how we can create forms. So form is an information gathering tool which is used to gather the information from the user. Look at the form. I have taken an example of a form in which there are three text boxes with name, address, email. Next is radio buttons. Radio buttons are used through which user can select only one option. Next is selection box, which is used to select multiple options, and the next is check boxes. Check boxes is used to select multiple options, and the last button is submit button. Submit is used to submit the information. So we have studied about forms in the 11th standard. Now there are some more tags that we can use in forms to make the form more attractive. So for example, I have taken some examples. The first is input type is equals to color. If you want to type or provide a specific color, you can give the color to the input type. Next is input type is equals to number. For example, you want to enter only numbers in that box only. For example, in case of phone number, you want to accept only numbers. So you can use input type is equals to number. Next is input type is equals to URL. URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Next is input type is equals to image. It means whenever you want to use image instead of submit button to submit the information, you can use this tag. Input type is equals to date. If you want to accept date from a user, then you can use this. If you want to accept email, then you can use input type is equals to email, as I have done in the 11th standard. Input type is equals to password. It accepts the values in the form of asterisk and dot. So in the same way, email will accept the value as an email address. Next is input type is equals to month. If you want to accept month. Next is range. For example, you want to accept some specific values. You have minimum value or maximum value. You can apply range attribute on that to accept the minimum or maximum value within the range. Next is input type is equals to time, week and file. Same way, there are so many tags are available, and you can use any tag in the form according to the requirement, and you can accept information accordingly. Next topic of this topic, it is very important topic of this chapter because it is totally based on CSS. Web designing means how we can design the web page of our website. So CSS provides us facility to design the web pages, as HTML provides us facility to create the pages, but CSS provides us facility to provide designing to the web pages which are created by using HTML. So the full form of the CSS is Cascading Style Sheets. It describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on the screen. That is how we have to display our web page on a screen so that it must look good. Next is it saves a lot of work. I will explain you in detail how it saves a lot of work. It controls the layout of multiple web pages at once. With just few changes or at just once by applying any rule, you can change the entire website. So CSS is basically which is used to control the look of several pages of the website in just a single click. So we will start with CSS, how we have to apply CSS to web pages. So these are the style rules. Style rules means you must have to follow the rule whenever you have to apply CSS on web page. So the rule is divided into two parts. The first part is selector and the second part is declaration. Now let's start with the first part, selector. What is selector? Selector indicates the HTML element you want to style. Selector means at which element or at which tag of the HTML you want to apply style. So that is selector. For example, I have taken an example of H1. For example, H1 is a tag of HTML. H1 is heading tag. So we can apply any type of style on the heading tag. So if we have to apply any style on the heading tag, so we have to use H1 as a selector. You can also apply style on body tag. For example, you have used a body tag in your HTML page. You people know that why we use body tag. It contains all the contents that displays on the web page. So for example, if you want to apply style at all the body content, so you can choose body tag as a selector. So selector is used to select the element to select the tag on which you have to apply the style. Selector can be H1, it can be body, it can be paragraph. Next style rule is declaration. What is declaration? Declaration means you have to declare the values. Means you have to declare what you have to apply on the selector tag. Now look at the example. I have taken an example. There are two declarations. I have taken two declarations. Color, colon, yellow, semicolon. Next is font size, colon, 11 pixel, semicolon. Now I will explain you what is color and what is yellow. This is declaration part. Declaration part is again divided into two parts. The first part is property and the second part is value. Property means type of the attribute. It means what you have to apply, what you want to apply on the tag which is selected by selector. For example, here I have taken color. Look at the example, color. Here color is the property, means what I want to apply is color. So color is attribute or property. Now next part of declaration is value. What is value? Values are assigned to properties. Values are assigned to properties means whenever we use property, we have to assign the value. For example, look at again example. I have used color colon yellow. Here color is the property which means that what I want to apply, and yellow is the value. We have to assign value to the property. Now look at the second example. Font size is equals to font size colon 11 pixel. Font size is the property, means what I want to apply, that is font size property. 11 pixel is the value. I want the font size be 11 pixel, and its declaration always ends with semicolon. Now I have taken one more example to explain the syntax of selector and declaration. Now what is selector and declaration? Look at the first syntax. The syntax is whenever you have to apply the CSS on any of the web page, you must have to follow this syntax. So the syntax is selector. You have to write selector, start with curly bracket, property 1. I have written property 1, property 2 because you can use n number of properties in the curly bracket, and you have to separate every property with the semicolon. So property 1 colon value. To the property 1 you have to apply value 1, then separate it with semicolon, start with second property 2 colon value 2, it ends with semicolon and close curly bracket. So this is the syntax whenever you have to apply CSS. I have taken an example to explain the syntax. Now look at the example. I have told you that what is selector. Selector is the HTML tag on which you have to apply the style. So here I have taken a selector H1. So in the example, H1 is a heading tag. So H1 here is selector. Now start curly bracket. I want to apply color on heading tag. So color is the property. Now I have to assign the value to the property that I want which color. So you have to give the value by assigning it using colon. Color colon yellow. So yellow is the value. Now separate it with semicolon. Again next property font size colon and value is 11 pixel. So it will apply the design to the heading H1. So by this way we can apply designs by using CSS. Now again look at this. What is selector? Selector is used to select the tag at which you have to apply the style, and in declaration you have to declare the values whatever you want to apply. So it was all about the syntax of the CSS. Let's start with the new topic. Next topic is types of CSS, types of cascading style sheets. Here in the types means what different types are available by using which we can update the web pages. So there are three types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS and external CSS. So let's start with the first type of CSS, inline CSS. What is inline CSS? When we have to apply the style on a specific HTML tag. When we have to apply the style on a specific HTML tag or HTML element, so in that case we use inline CSS. I will explain you by taking an example. as in the 11th standard, I told you that when you have to apply a style on the H1, you can assign the values to the H1. If you want to apply color to the paragraph, you have to mention the color with the P tag, paragraph tag. So inline CSS is same to that process. Inline CSS is used to apply a style to specific HTML tag. So this type of CSS is actually not recommended because it is just a manual way that it is same as the manual way we did in the 11th standard. It is most commonly same to that. So if we have to do everything in a manual way, or we have to apply a style on a single HTML tag, then why we are using CSS? So this type of CSS is not recommended. The next type of CSS is internal CSS. Now what is internal CSS? Internal CSS is also known as embedded CSS. Another name of internal CSS is embedded CSS. Now next question is, where we use internal CSS? When we have to apply the design to the entire web page. So in that case we use internal CSS. Internal CSS is used to style the entire or single web page at a one time. So the next thing is how the internal CSS works. See, previously we have done inline CSS. Inline CSS is used to apply the style on a single tag, whereas internal CSS is used to apply the style on entire page, on a single page. So the next thing is what rules we have to follow, or what rules we have to use when we have to use internal CSS. So whenever you have to use internal CSS, you have to use style tag. You have to use style tag in the head section of the HTML document. I have taken an example. I will explain you how the internal CSS works. Now look at the example. Started with HTML. The next tag is head. Head tag is used to start the head. In the head tag, we have used style tag. I have told you that we have to use style tag for internal CSS in the head section. So I have used style tag in the head section. Now the next thing is what we have to do. I have to do, for example, I want to apply color on the heading tag. So again I have to use the CSS rule, which means selector, property and value. So I have to choose the tag at which I have to apply the rule. So the tag is H1, curly bracket start, properties I want to apply color and the value is red. So by this, close the style tag. I just want to apply H1 with the color. So close the style tag and close the head. Now start body section. In the body section, I have given H1 heading, and the contents of the H1 are the internal style sheet is applied on this heading. You people must know what H1 will do, or what P tag, why we use P tag, and what happens when we give any tag inside the body tag. Now close the P tag, close body tag, close HTML tag. Now look at the output of this code. See, I have taken an example of output. The H1 display the content, internal style sheet is applied on the heading. Now see, the style is applied on the heading tag. I have applied the style as color red. The heading is appearing in red color. So by this way, what is the use? How internal CSS is working here? Suppose I want to use 5 H1 tags in my HTML document. Suppose I want to use 5 HTML tags in the body section. If I do it manually, then I have to apply 5 times red color on every H1 tag. So I have to apply 5 times if we did it by manually, as we did in the 11th standard manually. But if we use internal CSS, we just have to declare it by using style tag in the head section. And when we use 5 times H1 tag in the body, the style will applicable to all the H1s. The style will applicable to all the H1 tags. No matters how many times you are using H1 tag in your in the body section. If you are using H1 tag 10 times in the body section, so it will update the H1 tag 10 times by just writing it once in the head section. So it was all about inline and internal. I have taken one more example of this CSS. Look at the example. The example is start the HTML tag head. In the head tag, I have used style tag. I want to apply the style on the body tag. So the selector is body. In the curly bracket, I have taken a property background color linen. I want to apply background color linen, curly bracket close. Now I have taken H1. I want one more selector. I want to apply style on the body as well as in the H1. So by this way we can take multiple tags in the style tag. Now the second tag is H1 and I want to apply color on the H1 tag and the value of the color is maroon. Next is margin left. Next property that I want to apply on H1 is margin left and the value is 40 pixel. Now close curly bracket. I want to apply 2 types of style on the web page. The first style is for body tag and the second style is at H1 tag. And close the curly bracket. Close style tag. Close head tag. Now in the body part I have taken heading H1 as with content. This is a heading and in the paragraph I have taken content. This is a paragraph. So look at the output. Look at on the right hand side, look at the output. See how it works. If we don't use style tag, it will normally display the heading H1 with content. This is a heading and with paragraph tag this is a paragraph. But as I have applied a style, so I have applied a maroon color on the heading. So the heading is displaying in maroon color and there is a margin on the left hand side of the heading with 40 pixels. And on the background color I have applied linen color. So it will apply the linen color to the background. So by this way we can apply designs by using this type of CSS. Internal CSS. Next type of CSS is external CSS. When we have to apply style on multiple web pages, when we have to apply style on the multiple web pages or on all the pages of a website, in that case we have to use external CSS. So external CSS is used when we have to apply it to many pages. See how it works. In the external CSS, you just have to type the code by using any of the editor, text editor. For example, you can use Notepad. So you just have to type the style what you want to apply, selector, property, value, and you have to save that file with .css extension. You have to create a separate file by using text editor, and you have to save that file with .css extension. And after that we will link that page to all the web pages of the website, and style will be applicable to all the pages. And the style will be applicable to all the pages. I have taken an example, HTML head link REL. REL means relation between the current page and the linked page is equals to style sheet. It means we are using style sheets, and in the H reference you have to give the address of that page. So it will apply all the styles to all the web pages. So that's all for today. So in the today's lecture we have studied three types of, first of all, what is CSS, then rules of CSS to apply different types of rules what are available whenever we have to apply the CSS on a web page. And the next topic is types of CSS. Three types of CSS are available: inline, internal, external. Inline means when you have to apply a style on a single tag. Internal is when you have to apply a style on a single page. Or external is when you have to apply style on all the web pages of a website. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with next topic.